Hello, hello, Facebook. Now starting to look at seeing whether I'm going live. I think I am. Yes, that's perfect. Hello, good day to all of you. So, how many of you here, you've nailed your course topic and can't wait to teach it online, but have no idea how to do it? And is it possible to have an online course without a website? Plus, what are some of the hidden costs about all this that nobody ever told you about? I'm gonna talk about all that in this video. So hey mompreneurs, Ping here, the Heartpreneur Mom, helping you juggle business and motherhood easier, happier. And in this Facebook live show, we do all things tech, so you don't have to figure it all out when you can be using the time to play with your children. And if you are new here, subscribe to with the button on the top right hand corner of this video, and you'll be notified whenever a new episode is released. If you are watching the replay, you can refer to the show notes for the key points and links to apps or sites I talk about. So let's start. Today we have an exciting topic: online courses. Is it worth the hype? Well, I suppose it is when it's an industry that way exceeds $100 billion. But more importantly, it's one of the best methods that leverage on technology to bring your solution, your message to someone else. And if that describes what you do in your business, then comment, "That's me." So while it's easy to talk about online courses, how on earth do you actually create and deliver your course online? So that's what I'm going to show you today. 5 cool ways you can offer your course online and the pros and cons of each method. So sit tight. So the first one we have here would be email. And sometimes we don't need to overcomplicate things. When someone buys your course, you can put each lesson in a separate email, attach a document such as a worksheet, or include the links to your audio files or your video clips within your email. You never imagine it could be as easy as that, isn't it? So the pros of that is super easy. So as long as you have your client's email, you can do it even directly from your Gmail account without having to use an email service provider such as MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, and all that, right? But what would be the cons of it is that although emails would be great for starting out with zero cost, it's not really scalable. So let's say if you have like 200 people or 2,000 people, right? That would be fantastic news for your course, isn't it? Then it would be really difficult for you to use your current email account, because sending emails to so many people at once would be considered spam. So you need to be getting an email service provider. And the fact that you are doing such a simple way in light of all the sophisticated tools out there these days, this method will work better only for very warm leads who trust your content. So you could start with an email course. That's for sure very okay to do, but with the clear intention of moving it towards automation, such as scheduling drip content in your email service provider, or using other platforms, which I'm going to talk about when the numbers get bigger. Did someone say, what is drip content? So that's the difference between you offering your course content all at one shot. So they go into a place or a page and all the modules and the lessons of your workshop is there. Drip content, on the other hand, is really giving them the content either day by day or perhaps one lesson a week or one module a week. That's drip content. And automation tools in your email service providers and other course platforms will help you do that very easily, so that it's not a manual way for you to monitor. Imagine if you had 20 people starting the course at different times and you had to monitor each of their progress on the course. It would be a nightmare. So what I'm going to show you later on would help very much in that. Okay, so if you're watching this, I've not gotten a response or a comment from anyone. So if you're watching this right now, just send lots of not likes and not hearts, but lots of wows. How about that? Hahas would be not bad as well. So send lots of wows my way so that I know that you are watching. So the next thing that you can be using would be Google Forms. Thanks, Ange, I got them. So Google Forms, my current course is done on Google Forms, and let me show you how it works. So let me just pop over to the screen share, and this is the course that I'm currently conducting right now, the Heartpreneur Mom Success Masterclass. So this is the so-called back end. This is where I'm working, and later on I would show you what a participant will get to see. So currently, so this is the 8th lesson. I've included a video to explain this section, and then the questions that they would need to fill in after that. So the video sets the context, and then after that they do like a self survey, filling in all these contents. So let me show you how flexible this method is. So if I wanted to add something, so I have the options on the right over here to add a question, or I can add a title or description. So a title or description would be something like that, and then I could add an image. So if I wanted to put in a photo, or perhaps like some directions or instructions on anything. Over here, what I've done is to add a video, and I'm also to add separate sections. So sections are easy, and what they do is they facilitate. Let's say if you want someone to go through one section first before they continue with the next one, you can make sure that that happens so that they don't skip perhaps section 1 and then jump straight into section 2. If you want them to be using going through the questions in a sequential manner. Yeah, and she's never thought about it, right? Me neither. So, but I thought after I started using it, it's so user-friendly. So what I'm going to show you now is what kind of questions or you can add, or what kind of fields you can create for your client or your student to be filling in. So let me add a question right here. So I've just added a question here, and you can see from the drop down box on the right here that you can be adding different things. So a short answer would be a question that requires a yes/no answer. But let's say if you want them to describe a situation or to share some of their insights, then you select paragraph. Right? And then over here would be multiple choice. So you can give them different options which they can select. They can be checking boxes as well. So there was one where I asked them what tools that they use to capture the things that they need to do. So they had to pick whatever applied to them from a list of different options. That was where check boxes came in really useful. So drop down box, so to give them a choice, a linear scale. If you could rank from 0 to 10, where would you rank it? That would be a linear scale. A multiple choice grid is a grid with like the X and Y axis so that they can select something at a certain point. And you can put in the date and timestamps as well. So if you look at this, it can show you that basically Google Forms has given you all these built-in features that are already awesome for you to run with, right? And let me show you from my participant point of view, what this looks like. Hi, May. Thanks for hopping on. And so this is what a participant gets to see. So they get to see that this is, so they don't see any of the fancy stuff at the side that's editable. Basically, they just need to fill in all these. And also, if you see the asterisks over here, these are required fields. So you really can't have someone skip or omit any information that you like. So this is real, Google Forms is really easy to set up. And it has great built-in features for beginners. So if you're just starting out, it's an excellent way of starting with putting where your course is while having it look really professional. Then the other good thing about it is that all the participant responses actually go to you in a form of an Excel spreadsheet, if you like a CSV file. So you can review their responses, you can compile their responses. So what I do is, after every session that I have with my participants, I will compile their responses and give it to them in one consolidated document. So it's a little bit manual in this case because my participants are not big for this course, but it's a lot of value add for them because they could be in week 8 and then a question may be asking them to review a couple of sessions earlier, what they listed as their goals for week 5, for example. And if they can't remember, then that file is the one that they go to be able to review their responses. So that is one of the amazing parts about it. So you don't have to do a manual compilation of all the responses of your participants. But then the cons of it would be that if you have any requirements outside of the provided features, then you can't really include it. So it's kind of limited in terms of customization. So therefore, my recommendation is perfect for someone who's just starting out because it has enough essential components for you to start with. And then after you have a couple of courses built in Google Forms and you find that you have a much clearer idea of what you want to do for your courses, which Google Forms can no longer serve you, then you may want to consider the rest of the options that I'll be showing you right now. So the third option is to install a plugin on your WordPress site. So this is just give me a minute. My video has just popped out. Let me see. How do I get back to my video now? Let's see. Oh darn, I can't see your comments for a short while. Let me see if I can get back to my video. But yeah, I got it here. Great, I'm back. So the third method is to install a plugin on your WordPress website. So one of the earlier tutorials I've done was to show you how to go through a WordPress website. And a plugin would be those additional features that you want to put in on your website. So if you do use WordPress, then you can purchase a plugin like OptimizePress or WP Courseware to park your courses within your website itself. And now let me show you what those look like. So over here would be OptimizePress. So this is where, and what you can see over here is that you are not only able to create, look at this, free training and course pages, but look at all the rest of the things. You can have webinar registration, you can have landing pages, and when your participants get to a large enough number and you start offering membership components. So this member may have maybe on a basic tier, which has access to just a few components of your course, or a VIP client would have access to everything on your website, all the content that you have, and you are able to create that kind of membership site and that sort of restrictions for different participants using OptimizePress. So what I'll be in fact, what I'll be doing is that I'll be using Optimize Press on my website to offer my course moving forward. So if you like a detailed walkthrough for what Optimize Press can do, then comment Optimize Press, please. So then I'll know that's something that you'll be interested to look at, right? Then the other one I talked about was WP Courseware. I've not used this before. I just did a search for it and it looks like something I would definitely consider. So it looks here. Look at this. These are the features you can drag and drop. So a lot of these platforms make it really easy for you to build a course. Rather than have to design all the components, you can just drag and drop certain elements which are given to you. You can drip content earlier, as what I mentioned. So using programs like that, you are able to drip content. You can protect your courses to people with a password. So with VIP access, you can do lots of other things, right? You can have email notifications, and then you can know if how far they have completed in the course so that you can do some follow-up with them if necessary. So these are really useful for you to be able to have your course parked on your WordPress website, right? So the benefits of this is that you get to design your look and feel. So earlier in Google Forms, that's sort of like the only customization I can get. I had a banner on top and the page background color, but that's about it. So, but if you wanted to have a very sophisticated looking site with a certain look and feel to it, you can do that when you use a plugin with your WordPress site. And also, your content is on your website, not parked somewhere else. Plus, these companies like Optimize Press, they would provide lots of support to get you set for success because they have a vested interest for you to be successful so that you can spread the word about their service, right? So they provide lots of training and tools or even Q&A or support that you can ask people, you can ask questions. So they have very, very good support there versus on Google Forms. I'm all alone. I can only self-learn or go Google or search on YouTube for a solution to my problems. So the cons of using a plugin for your WordPress website is that you would really need the technical know-how on how to DIY. So because I know WordPress and I think I haven't really gone deep into it. I think that Optimize Press wouldn't be too difficult for me to use, but otherwise you can pay someone to get it set up, right? So, well, that's a little bit of a drawback, but I think it would be very clear if once I start going to use Optimize Press deeper, then I would be able to give you much more feedback on the pros and cons of Optimize Press. So again, if you like a detailed walkthrough for what Optimize Press can do for you, then comment Optimize Press. And while you are at that, send me lots of hearts right now. So lots of love while I go on to the fourth method where you can host your course. So the fourth method is using a course platform. What are course platforms? There are many out there, and if I mention the names, you would know then those are the ones that I'm talking about. They are Teachable, New Kajabi, Thinkific, Zippy Courses, just to name a few. So let me show you what they look like also. So over here, this is Zippy Course. So Zippy Course over here shows you exactly what the back end of your dashboard looks like, where you're creating courses. You can put in the course details, the lessons, and then you can schedule them if you want to drip them and all that, right? So this is Kajabi, New Kajabi, also very, very comprehensive in terms of giving you product themes. So you may be offering a course for many different things, from yoga perhaps, or even to cooking or personal development or anything like that, right? So based on your content, they will give you different themes that's most suitable for the content you have. Of course, everything's mobile responsive so that you can access the courses from your phone as well. You can get to host your videos. You can get to include your downloads. So if you have worksheets or PDFs that come together with your course, you can upload them here as well. And then there's lots of other features you can be using, right? Over here, you can see this is Teachable. And this is an example of a course website that you can create using Teachable. So this is what a customer of yours will get to see. So this could be all your courses or some of your best-selling courses. And then later on, you could be talking more about these courses and then telling your client a lot more about what you do. And then coming back to the courses again, incorporating your Instagram feeds over here, and then some of the testimonials. So this would be an excellent example of how you can be building a page, incorporating your courses with a platform like Teachable. So the other one I mentioned is Thinkific. So again, there are lots of other tools that help you with not only course creation, but also sales and marketing. So as I mentioned, usually most of these course platforms, they make it really easy for you to set up because you would be using them because you don't want or know how to use a plugin with WordPress. So it's usually a lot more user-friendly. So, but they also provide additional features for you to manage your membership and the large chunk of marketing, for example, landing pages, analytics, etc. So they also have lots of training and support. Having said that, for example, Optimize Press, they also have all the features for you to be doing your marketing as well. So if you're scaling, right, you could have started off with a couple of key clients with Google Forms, but if you're scaling, you would definitely want to be looking at a course platform either as a plugin in your WordPress site or using a course platform like this. So, what are the cons of using a course platform in that case? So unlike the plugins, which are usually a one-time charge, so it's a one-time charge that you pay for a year, and then you may want to renew it, or subsequently the rest from year 2 onwards is just less support that you get, but you still get to use the plugin, right? So these course platforms, on the other hand, most of them go by a subscription mode, payable either month by month or a yearly basis. Plus, for some of them, the platform gets a percentage of your sales if you are on a lower subscription tier. So it could be anything from like 1% or 0.5% or 3%, right? So it may seem, to you like, why do I have to pay them something? Because you are on a lower subscription tier. So basically they're supporting you to be paying only when you have business, which is totally a reasonable arrangement, right? So only when you feel and you know that your business has gotten to a point of momentum, then you may want to take a higher subscription, where then you won't have to pay any percentage to the course platform. So, but on the other hand, a good way of looking at it is that they then have a vested interest towards your success. Very, very much so. So it may not be a bad thing. So that's for you to decide. And last but not least, the fifth method, how you could be using to park your course, is using, ClickFunnels. Were you aware that you can create courses within ClickFunnels? Let me show you how neat the interface is. So I'm going to go screen share again, and I'm going to show you this right now. So this is one of the sites by the training courses by my mentor, Chris Duncan. And if you look at this is all created with ClickFunnels. So how easy is that? So these are all the lessons on the side, the modules, and then all these sub-lessons. Then you can see, you can include a PDF worksheet to be downloadable. This is a video which you can be watching. So all these things can be done within ClickFunnels. Yeah, why didn't anyone tell me that? Yeah, I'm hearing you. So the pros of using ClickFunnels to build your course. Of course, it's an easy, complete solution if you're already a ClickFunnels user. It's a no-brainer. Just continue using it. And it's the interface is so nice and clean. I love that. It's simple and easy to upload courses as well. Well, and the cons of it though, if you're not a ClickFunnels user, right, you may be better off with other options rather than to pay $97 a month just for a course platform, right? So that's definitely things for you to be considering. So 4 out of 5 of the ways I talked about earlier don't require you to have your own website, right? So just an email account, a Google account, or you can park your course within a course platform or within ClickFunnels. So if you use ClickFunnels and you don't have a website of your own, that's totally fine as well. They do have the option for that. So, but here's an important reminder you want to take note of. Do you want to know what it is? Then send me lots of likes right now. So while you're deciding where to park your online course, think of what will suit your client best. Will they prefer text, video, or audio content? Would they like workbooks to take notes while following through? Would they prefer all the content at once or drip content? So I know again, I'm the tech girl and I'm showing you all the tech. But many times I always want to take you a step back so that you can question your intention of it and what works best for your client. Don't get carried away with the tech because there's so many more options out there. Today I showed you 5 where there are plenty more. So it's very easy to get carried away with the how, but rather I would like you to take a moment to understand what is it that would serve your client best, right? So it brings me then to the hidden costs that nobody told you about. Right? Everybody's talking about creating online courses. True. One of the appealing factors of online courses is the relatively lower cost structure, right? But do take a moment while I review some things that you weren't told so that you can consider all the costs in its entirety. First, your creation time. You may be having face-to-face consultations or coaching with your clients right now, right? But having the content put online means you have to create your content in a different way. Videos, slides, worksheets, additional resources all take time to put together. Then you have to put your content up and have it delivered either all at once or drip. Then consider the cost of plugins, subscriptions, and all those that I spoke about earlier. Plus the fact that you are learning how to use a new tool, all the time invested to figure out how to do it on your own, or the money invested if you're asking someone else to do it. And lastly, do factor in the fees that go to the course platform, plus the administrative charges by PayPal or Stripe when you receive payments for your courses. Did you forget about that? So all these things put together are all hidden costs that may add up to be more than you think. So take good note of that. Alright, so we are done with online courses for today. If you like what you heard today, then give me lots of likes and also comment below which method you are using for your courses right now. And if you have not started, then what is the biggest takeaway from today's tutorial? Which is the thing that you are more inclined towards to use out of the 5 methods that I shared with you? So comment below because I'd like to know. So, and I have great news. And don't go away yet. So because this month, as if you had noticed earlier with my intro video, I've done a small rebranding. So I'm going to have a giveaway of a free techie roadmap consultation that's worth $199 to one lucky viewer for each episode I do in July. So are you one of the 4 lucky winners this month? Well, if you want more clarity on how to proceed with tech for your business, what you should be focusing on based on your stage of business, and what you should not be wasting your time on at this point, then this consultation is perfect for you. So if you want to win it, just comment, "It's mine," in the comments below, and I will randomly pick a winner 24 hours this tutorial ends. Hi Linda! Yes, I saw 22 Social is awesome as well. So if you enjoyed this tutorial and you want to have access to more, then I have a Techie Heartpreneur Mom's Facebook community where I share a lot more detailed walkthroughs and all. So if you want to be in that group, then comment "I want in," because you may not be in that group already, right? So comment "I want in" if you want to have access to our private community, and then I will have the link sent your way. So for next week, we have a request of Ismailin Pang, a mompreneur who's totally crushing it with helping busy moms whip up yummy, delicious meals for the family. So Ismailin asked me if I could do a short live session on taking self-videos, the microphones I use, and the tips and tricks that work. Are you kidding me? I was wondering for the longest time why no one asked me to do a tutorial on video. Linda, can you imagine that? Yeah, so thank you, Ismailin. You got your request. So next week we'll be talking about videos. It's like if you're doing self videos, what are the things to look out for without having to spend loads of money on very sophisticated equipment and all, right? So if it's also something for you, then be nice and thank Ismailin in the comments, right? And while you're at that, you can check her site up after the tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did delivering it. I'm so excited about this giveaway. So all say "It's mine," comment "It's mine," and in the next after 24 hours, I would draw a lucky winner randomly, alright? Till next time, the Heartpreneur Mom is here to help you juggle business and motherhood easier, happier. We talk soon.